Welcome to the Yukon and North 61. If you had to guess between the .458 Winchester Magnum and the 25-06 shooting similar bullets, which penetrated better, what would your guess be? $24.92. $24.92. 350 grain PSX bullet. Still warm. 350 grain X bullet. Knocked it over again. Knocked it over again. .30-57. That's with H4831. Good load. .30-57. That's with H4831. It's good load. Let's see how these 120 grain Grand Slams driven by enough H4831 to hit 3050 do on the target. 100. Well, I got it set at 400 yards, so that's probably why. I'll keep it there. Not the greatest, but not bad for a defense load. Okay, how'd it go? Well, I accidentally kept this at the 400 yard setting, so that was 18 clicks high, which is 4.5 inches higher than it should be. So it would be about on at 100, a little bit to their left. So that's the Grand Slams. That's about 1.5 inches. This gun does not like the Nosler partitions. I don't know. They just don't shoot that well. And it gets a half MOA with that load, so I just did a 0 because there's no point shooting any more of those 120 grain boat tail soft points with reloader 25 at 30-80. They're shooting half MOA right out to 500 meters when the wind's still. Amazing. And you can see that's right where it should be to be on at 400. So it's good. Or to be on at 200. And very, very nice. Okay, that .458, there's all the bullets. There's the .458 Win Mag at about 24.90. It retained over 100% of its weight because it picked up paper that I can't compact. It's compacted, I can't get it out of there. So it lost nothing. Hung on to over 100% of its weight, and it's over 80 caliber hole going through. This bullet impressed me. This is the Grand Slam. It held on to 58% of its weight. Nice big mushroom with some supported lead at the bottom. The lead didn't disintegrate. And that's the biggest all-round mushroom. And it went half an inch or so into book number 1, which is pretty darn good for a hole that big in a light caliber. Weighed 69.2 grains. These 115 grains, very consistent. That's a test the other day. 77% and 78%. And these went all the way into book 4, where that 458 stopped in book 3. So this had an inch more almost penetration. Quite amazing. And then that 120 grain boat tail soft point at 30-50 or so was found in the cover. It barely penetrated into the books at all. And it only hung on to 26%. So a little bit fragile for close work, but I think it's going to be a superior bullet for long range work because it's half MOA capable. That's 1 1/4 MOA capable. I came home and measured that. That was 1 1/4 inch. These are just about 1.1 inches they're averaging, and very, very high speeds. I can't make the 120 grain partitions work that well, and this is an MOA bullet in that 458, which when you get MOA in 458 is quite hilarious because all the bullets are touching. So once again, that's a little bit of data for you. Okay, by book number 1, what I'm shooting at is 12 inches of water, and it gives you a really good visual demonstration of the power, the hydrostatic power of the bullet going through it. So you'll notice that the 458 makes quite a bit more ruckus than the 25-06, although the 25-06 is no slouch. You just see how much that water moves, and just imagine that bullet going through something. It's just amazing power. Even 2,500 foot-pounds is amazing power. And then they slam into 1-inch journals. And book number 1 is the first one, book 2, book 3, book 4, second, third, and fourth. And they're each 1 inch thick. They're hard covered with really, really dense paper in them. So it's a very, very hard medium. So the TSX 25-06, that's the first bullet I've seen go to book number 4. The 458 usually ends up going into book number 3. Something like a Nosler partition will often go into the second book. Usually cup and core bullets will not go past book number 1 unless they're moving really slow. So it's been very interesting. Now, I'm not saying 25-06 hits as hard as the 458 Win Mag. 458 Win Mag's got twice the energy. But these little bullets, these little tiny bullets, these little tiny X bullets, are unlike most other bullets. Most other bullets, when you drive them really fast, they expand more, giving you more surface area, which has to drive through the media, which means they don't penetrate so well when you get them going really fast. These X bullets, look how small that is, because the petals blow off when you hit really fast, which means you've got this little, probably 35 caliber round nose that just is whipping through without creating a lot of, it creates a wound channel. It's, especially with the speed and hydrostatic shock, is pretty big, especially the first half. But then it just keeps going. So that is something different. So I think that'll go through the brain pan of a bear. I think that'll go through the shoulder bone of a bear. Would I rather hit the bear with this or with something like this? Well, obviously something like this is going to knock them down a lot better, but you're not defenseless with a 25-06.